So we got a Nintendo Direct a little early, not the Switch 2 Direct, but a Direct to talk about the upcoming Nintendo Switch games. So let's just dive right in. As you know, I'm on a quest to 60k subscribers, so if you subscribe, help me get there, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Mwah. Okay, so they start off, in my opinion, like, I'm sure it has its fans. To me, I thought this was a little weak starting off with Dragon Quest 1 and 2, simply because we know they're coming out. People seem to really love Dragon Quest 3. I've never played 1, 2, and 3. Do I plan on it? It's not like I have an issue with Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. It's just I have so many games right now that I own, like, presently, so I don't want to buy other games, especially when they'll go on sale in, like, a few months, you know what I mean, if you buy it PlayStation. I mean, listen, it looks good, and I guess I do have a little interest in playing Dragon Quest 3 simply because I hear it's one of the better Dragon Quests. I feel like, for me, Dragon Quest has been on a steady decline in regards to the order I've been playing them, not, like, chronological order. So, for example, I started with 5, 8, and then 11. Yeah, and, like, those are all, like, the good ones. And then I went to, like, what is it, I think 9, which was like downhill, 7, downhill, and yeah, I just haven't been like in love with Dragon Quest. But maybe 3 is one of the up and up ones, and I hear like 1, 2, and 3, it's a trilogy, so we'll see, we'll see. Convince me in the comments. Now, we don't have a release date for Dragon Quest 1 and 2, it's just slated for 2025. The third game of this presentation is what I really want to talk about, Raidou, the Mystery of the Soulless Army. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite surprised and pleased that the rumors were true. It looks great. It was my first time ever seeing anything like related to this game, save for in SMT3. I think you get him as like a party member, but like I thought he looked cool. I got him in my party and I was like, woo, but I don't know anything about his story. But now I'm gonna learn. So this is a remaster of the PlayStation 2 game. So like I said before, this is the first time I'm ever seeing like real gameplay of this game, and to my surprise, it's action. I had no idea. I thought it was turn-based. I thought I was going to get some, like, SMT3. No, it's real-time action. I was like, whoa. You know what it looks like to me, I'm going to be honest? It really looks like what Pokemon Z and A are trying to be. You know, like, it just real-time, right? You're fighting with Pokemon, or your demons in this case, and you're just attacking, doing damage. They have weaknesses. But also, demons are helpful outside of battle, so helping to solve puzzles, as well as you are a detective, so, you know, I don't know, maybe demons can like mind read or something, or can see in the hearts of man and, you know, help Raidou figure shit out. I don't know. I kind of don't want to know more. Like, this trailer was enough for me to like, I'm already in it. You already know. So this is absolutely going to be one of the games I'm looking forward to, coming out June 19th, 2025. Can I just also say I really like that the graphics stay true to the Kaneko art style. You know, like the doll-like faces, the exaggerated lashes, kind of the dark upper lip. Wish it was a little darker, but it's okay. The message gets across. Yeah, I'm really loving the aesthetic here, and I would say out of all the games shown at this Nintendo Direct, this is the game I am most excited for. Once again, a remake remaster. Isn't that crazy? But don't worry, there's a very, very close second coming up. Next I want to talk about is Patapon. Patapon 1 and 2 Remastered. So this is one of those games that got away. Again, there's just so many games, not enough time to play them all, and I really like rhythm games. I think I really owe that to DDR. I'm a DDR junkie. I love DDR. Anytime I go to an arcade, I look for the DDR machine. That's like my #1 game, and I'll just stay there for the rest of the time. But Patapon is so cute, and I actually do listen to the OST from time to time. I find specific songs I really, really like, and it's just cute. I'm personally looking forward to it. This is probably a game I wouldn't review, but I would like to stream it or just like play it for fun, you know? I deserve to have fun. Patapon 1 and 2 Replay released July 11th, 2025. The next game I'm super excited for is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. Listen, I may not talk about cozy games, but I do enjoy the occasional cozy game. Usually it's Story of Seasons, that's like my go-to. I was surprised when I saw this trailer, because at first I thought it was going to be like Little Dragon Cafe 2. I thought like there was going to be a sequel, which, listen, I love Little Dragon's Cafe. It's definitely a flawed game, but like, I know it's cute, charming, it's nice to see, I think, the creator of Story of Seasons, like, move on to something new and just try something new, and I thought it worked really well. If it just, like, cleaned up some of, like, the frame rate issues, it would have been solid. I really enjoyed it, but it's not. It's Story of Seasons, and listen, I love Story of Seasons. Huge fan of Harvest Moon in general. Harvest Moon, now Story of Seasons. The last one I played was Mineral Town Remake, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first time playing it, loved it. And I'm sure I'll love this one. Yeah, I know some people are like, it's like the same thing, you just like harvest stuff and like plant seeds. Yeah, but it's cozy. I don't know, something about like the repetitive action, and then meeting townsfolk, getting married, it's just, Either you get it or you don't. Something that seems unique to this game is it's in a breezy town, so you could like fly around and make traveling a little faster, which I think is cute. Don't think it's really a selling point, but it's cute because, you know, we have horses. You could ride horses around, but it's fine. There is something like exciting about traveling on the wind on a giant leaf, like woohoo, you know, Zelda Wind Waker style, you know? I think the real selling point is it's a grand bazaar and you're trying to restore the town, which is like a bazaar town, not a port town, but you know, like a market town, and you're trying to restore it to its former glory, and we see footage here that, you know, you're selling stuff and you're trying to make that bank. And I really like that. I don't know, it's cute. It's cute. It is cute, and I am going to play it. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar comes out August 27, 2025. Okay, mini segment here. It's probably a game I'm not going to buy, but I'm intrigued, and that is Disney's Villains Cursed Cafe. I just love the idea of like, you're serving villains coffee and getting their backstory, you know? And apparently, depending on like what kind of coffee you serve them or concoction you serve them, changes their story, so it gives like a lot of replay value, a lot more insight. And I don't know, I'm not even like a Disney head, a Disney like fangirl, but I mean, I enjoy Disney for what it is, but I like the idea of just like sharing a drink with fucking Hades or something. Be like, hey, what's up? Pokemon Legends ZA. I swear to God, no one hates Pokemon more than Pokemon fans, because I just remember when it was like first announced, everyone was talking shit about the graphics and blah blah blah. I'm sorry. Did anyone ever play Pokemon for the graphics? Like, is it just me? Is it just me? Like, am I the oddball out, or like, are people like overreacting? I think the graphics look great. Okay, I understand there were frame rate issues, and that's one thing, and yeah, like, get your shit together, Nintendo, come on. But, like, graphically, I don't know, I remember, like, seeing shit on Twitter, and maybe it's just Twitter, so I just, like, shouldn't take it seriously, but, like, people were complaining about the trees. I'm like, bro, do you care about the trees, or do you care about, like, what the Pokemon look like, right? The Pokemon animations, like, when they run, when they're on the field, when they do an attack, like, that's, like, put more effort into that than a fucking tree, okay? We don't care. I think people forget how Pokemon originally looked. Do you guys remember, like, OG Pokemon Red and Blue, where, like, they had, like, one bug sprite? So, like, you had your party, your active Pokemon party, right? And they had, like, one bug sprite, so any kind of bug Pokemon you had, it was just, like, that sprite. You know, I remember, like, Lapras looking like a seal, you know? Like, a Sea King, all that shit, or not Sea King, whatever, Dugong? You know, but like all the fish Pokemon had like this specific sprite, and now they have their own individual, like, Pokemon has come such a long way, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, over people shitting on Pokemon. I'm not even like a Pokemon fan. The last Pokemon I played was, what, Sun and Moon? Which came first, Sun and Moon or X and Y? Whatever of those are the last Pokemon games, because I admit, like, I've outgrown Pokemon. It's just not for me anymore. But looking at Pokemon ZA, I think it looks great. I think it looks phenomenal. I love that you get to, like, create your own person. I don't like the fucking starter Pokemon. What the fuck is up with that? What did they give us? They gave us the Pig, Chikorita, and Totodile? Totodile's like the only good one. And am I tripping? Am I tripping? I don't think the Pig and like Chikorita and Totodile, like, they're not from the same generation. I think Chikorita and Totodile are, but not the Pig. Am I? It's Cyndaquil. So that was just like a weird change. I don't know, does anyone get it? I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. Also, Chikorita sucks. I am a certified Chikorita hater, just throwing that out there. But Totodile's great. Totodile could stay, everybody else dismissed. But also, I really do like the concept of this Pokemon. It's taking place in one city, just one giant city, you know, versus like you're exploring like a whole region. It's just one big city, and I think that's like kind of cool. It's different. Obviously, you unlock more parts of the city as the story progresses, I'm assuming. And I like that it has like a day and night cycle, and it seems to turn to like a battleground for trainers. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. And apparently there's this ZA tournament, and whoever wins gets a wish. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know, cute, whatever. Not gonna lie, I've never like played Pokemon for the story. Some people say the Pokemon story is really good. I don't know. Either I don't remember, which true. I just don't care. I don't know. Some of y'all say Pokemon story go deep, and I'm just like, okay, whatever you say, man. Like, I believe you. I believe you. I'm not dying on this hill. Also, I do think Pokemon is trying to evolve with straying away from turn-based combat. Now you have real time, and I think that's kind of cool. I would have to see more to determine like how it plays out. I mean, like, from the little they showed, I'm like, I see what you're doing, and that's pretty cool. And I wonder too if that's like what the kiddos want. I know like adults are like, oh, back in my day, da da da. I hate to break it to you, but like part of becoming an adult is realizing certain things aren't catered to you anymore. And believe me, my heart breaks when I say that, okay? But it's true, and I wonder if like the kiddos really enjoy that like fast stimulation, right? Like fast-paced, like action, you know. And don't get me wrong, Pokemon doesn't look like no like Devil May Cry Bayonetta, but you know, you don't have to like wait, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Just some food for thought. The last thing I want to say, which just like cracks me up, is apparently you can attack Pokemon from behind, but not just like wild Pokemon, but like trainer Pokemon. So before like trainers spot you, it looks like you can hit their Pokemon and you essentially do a surprise attack. And I just think that's kind of wild. Like imagine like you're just like chilling at the grocery store and then someone fucking smacks your Pokemon and then you're just like in a battle. You know, like what a sucker punch thing. I don't know, I just thought that was wild. It makes sense for like wild Pokemon, but in battle, like in trainer fights, like I hope I'm misreading that, but anyways. Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out later this year, and I'm looking forward to hearing what Pokemon fans have to say. And now the game that rivals my excitement for Raidou, and that is SaGa Frontier 2. I hear that is many people's favorites, so I'm excited to dive in. You already know I'm a SaGa girl from SaGa Revenge of the Seven. Really loved it. I'm hoping to keep the SaGa love alive, and I can't believe it's releasing later today. Unfortunately, I am in the middle of Cold Steel 3, so I will have to wait to play it, but it's definitely on the list. So let's talk about SaGa Frontier 2, right? Again, I know nothing about it. Like, the trailer is the first thing I've ever seen of SaGa Frontier 2, ever. And it seems to follow two characters, perhaps more, it implies more. But you have Gustav, who's like a good-for-nothing, kind of weak, kind of like Gerard from SaGa 2, Revenge of the Seven, but I'm sure he gets more powerful along the way. The inheritance system seems to make a comeback. There's another character, I think William Knight, who is following a journey about the mysterious death of his parents. You can choose what part of the story you want to continue on. There's like a lot of different perspectives, a lot of orders you could do things in, so I hope the orders, depending on like what order you do things, like it changes the story a little bit, kind of how it did in SaGa Revenge of the Seven. I'm excited, okay? You could glimmer new abilities, you know, you take on baddie bosses. I'm a SaGa girl, okay? I'm hoping this SaGa game is as good as Revenge of the Seven. I'll be disappointed if it isn't, you know? Like, there's nothing like playing like a series you just got into and then like finding, I don't know, that one game in the series that isn't very good. So I'm hoping this game lives up to my love of SaGa Revenge of the Seven. They also apparently added new events. I wouldn't know because I never played the original, but they also have unique battle systems. Like, it's not just turn-based as we know it. They have like war battles and they have duels, which doesn't that remind us of Suikoden? Honestly, it just looks great. I'm excited to play it. Maybe this will be my break game in between Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4. We'll see. My only complaint is because it's coming out today, there's no physical copy, and maybe if I wait long enough, they will announce a physical copy. Maybe limited run games will pick it up. I don't know. But speaking of like physical and digital, they ended the direct with some interesting tidbits about how they're handling their digital storefront. More like digital games. Nintendo's virtual game card. The idea is to make it easy to exchange games digitally. You know, like same way you would exchange physical games, right? Like you're lending it to a friend, here's the game. Okay, now hand it back. Thank you. Simple, easy, quick. And I don't hate it. Now listen, I'm a physical girl through and through. Part of me like is like, damn, the better digital games get at like sharing, that means they're going to be more prevalent and people are going to gravitate toward them even more than they already are. I mean, physical is dying. You know, as digital gets better, physical just fades out and it makes me sad. But I do like what they are doing. If you have a Nintendo Switch and your friend has one, or you have two, you can like switch between them to exchange games. You can only lend out one game at a time, which fair enough. And after 2 weeks, it's automatically returned to you, which I do really like. So no one can like take your game. You know, physical games, you lend it to a friend. We've all been there, and they like never give it back, or you just lose contact with it. It's awful. Internet is required to load and eject the game, which expected. For the first time, local communication between Switches is required. And if you have a Nintendo Family Plan, you also can lend out to your family as well. Overall, a solid change, and I feel like this is also in preparation for the Switch 2, so if you have any digital games, you could just move it on over easily. I'm not a digital gamer myself, but I'm not mad at it. And speaking on digital, let's talk about a new app Nintendo's releasing. Nintendo Today. Every day you're going to get something Nintendo related directly to your smartphone. So really you're just getting Nintendo ads, but listen, I'm gonna download it. I like the idea of just learning about characters or like what's coming up. I think actually that's like what's my selling point for me. And they were like, oh yeah, learn about like characters, random facts about characters like every day. And I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. All that's required is a Nintendo Switch account, or Nintendo, a Nintendo account. So that's what they really ended on. The last game they ended on was Tomodachi Life, and I just like didn't care. Apparently like people love that game. I don't know, I was like very, very underwhelmed. Overall, I think this Nintendo Direct was like more on the weaker side for me. Like there were still some gems, mainly Raidou and SaGa, but you know, I think there's something there for everyone, probably. But also, because I have like a lot of games to play personally, I was like, oh yes, there's not like so many games that I really want to play, because I already have enough on my plate, thank you. But yeah, what did you guys think of this Direct? Was it like really good, really okay, really bad? I don't think there's a bad Direct. I think you're capping if you say it's bad. I love the pacing of these Directs, because it's like, no bullshit, you know. I think the Sony ones, ugh, snooze fest. Anyways, it's not a competition, girls, not a competition. We don't have to compare, it's fine. Thank you for watching, and until next time, mwah.